Big Production.
Yo, what's good? So we're back with another NEO breakdown here. I am going to start off with saying that when I look at the weekly time frame on this thing, I am so bullish if we can form some sort of triangle here. This is all I'm looking for. I don't think it's going to break below this, but it could. So we have to be open-minded. So when I look at the daily time frame, we're in a massive triangle. I love this pattern because this name is such a momentum stock name, and it's kind of silly to think that this might not play out. It's one of the leaders in the Chinese EV sector. I think China probably wants to back this company. It's their Tesla pretty much. So if we're looking 2, 3, 4 years out, right, it could be worth a lot of money then. So I think the longer you are, the better. But then again, no one really knows what's going to happen. All I know is that it's forming a super bullish pattern. So when I look at the daily time frame, I want to see us hold 42. It does look like we're going to come back down to this lower trend line though. So what we could be looking for is a higher low, right? I want to potentially see if we could create a higher low in this new, because we had a big stretch, right, from mid-May up until the beginning of July. It was a big push. If we look, it was around, that's a 78% move. Like, most people can't even get those trades, right? Like 78% trade is a nice trade. So what I'm thinking could happen is that strong move needs to now be digested, right? 78% in a few months, it needs to digest. So what I want to see is a higher low in this area, right? I want to see kind of something like that. We might come back down all the way to this lower trend line, but it would be a lot better for us bulls if it were to maybe balance out at around maybe 36, right? So I'm going to show you a tool that I use that helps out with that. Doesn't guarantee that nothing's going to happen, because nothing's a guarantee, right? But when I pull out the fib retracement tool, this pullback says $39, so it's not a guarantee, right? It could come back and even come hit the 0.786. So when I line that up, that's around 35. So these are the levels I'm looking for. Are we going to get a reaction? Because it's clear that we're in a little pullback mode. The overall market, like a lot of names besides like the Amazons and the Apples and like the big Nvidia, these big names, those names are running. But these momentum names like PLTR, NEO, they're starting to pull back. They had a big run. So how healthy is the pullback? That's what we're looking for. Don't put all your eggs in one basket at the top of a range. That's another thing I'm starting to see a lot. My favorite thing to do as of recently is I'm buying at the low of a range. If it doesn't work out, I have my stop set and then I just trade out. So right now, because NEO is potentially making this nice ABC correction down to a higher low area, I'll be looking to see the reaction to potentially grab shares there. Doesn't mean I will. It's just depending on the strength of the move and all that, I'll be looking. This is our supply, acted as demand shortly. Are we going to fall through, right? We could just play out in this range a bit, and this could be our higher low. But overall, remember, weekly time frame, our volume is dropping off during this consolidation phase, which is bullish. So when I look at this volume, we had a big spikes in green volume, and we are consolidating, but like the volume is going downward. So what we're going to look for in the coming weeks and months as this plays out, maybe potentially into 2022, right? That's why I kind of like doing this on a weekly basis. We are going to be waiting for this breakout of this triangle, because when it happens on big volume, get ready, because it's going to rip. It's going to rip. If we use the Fibonacci extension tool here, right, from the very bottom of this move, we can mark it from here. We'll say May 2020 up until the high of 66.99 to the furthest pullback, which was $30.71. Our target is $94. So there's a trade here, right? Over a doubler from right now. If we potentially come back further and your plan is to potentially make this swing, say we come back to this lower trend line, that's an even greater trade, right? So have your targets ready on NEO. Don't sleep on this name. Almost a tripler, potentially. So if you're bullish on EV names and you like NEO, Tesla, CCIV is more of a SPAC play. They don't even have a company vehicle yet. Like, they don't have a product, but they could potentially be in play too. These EV names pay attention to them, because a lot of them are like momentum movers. When the momentum is there is when you want to be with that stock. So I'll be continuing to post weekly updates. And yeah, I think this is like the 20th one of the year. So we're going to be continuing that for the rest of the year. No worries. Anyways, peace guys. Enjoy the rest of the week.